What's up everybody, BigSweetC here with you. Got a special little video for you. Today I kind of want to talk about a genre of video game that I've come to realize recently that, well, I might just not be a huge fan of, and that's MMORPGs. Not just any MMORPGs, survival MMORPGs specifically. It's just a genre that I can't seem to get my head around. Now, before I get too far into this, I do want to say that Minecraft is the one exception. I love Minecraft. I have so much fun with that game. The music is so relaxing. The game is so chill. There's so much creativity involved in it that I could literally play that game for hours. Hours at a time. My wife and I have played it for hours at a time. But honestly, that's really the only survival game that I generally enjoy. Survival MMORPG. I shouldn't say it's the only survival game because Resident Evil games, Outlast, I love those games. I love those games. But Minecraft really is the one that stands out as the kind of anomaly of the survival MMO genre for me. And what made me kind of start thinking about this is recently I've gotten into, I tried jumping into Conan Exiles. I tried out Ark Survival. I've played Stranded Deep. I've seen my friends play Rust in 7 Days to Die. And generally speaking, this idea of a survival game where you're kind of thrown into this world all on your own, nothing on your persons, and you have to discover everything, seems like it would be right up my alley. But it's just not, and I can't really explain why. The truth is, though, like, I find it super boring. I get a little frustrated by it because I go around and I pluck stuff and I get this stuff and it makes this stuff, which allows me to make that stuff, and then I can upgrade and I can make more stuff. But it's just not that intriguing to me. It seems, as big as the games are, they do kind of seem limited in terms of what you can and cannot create. You know, it seems to me that, like, it's a lot like Minecraft, where you just kind of go around, you build a little base, then you move somewhere else, you build a little base, and you just kind of keep working at the same thing over and over and over again. But whereas, like, Minecraft is super chill about it, all the other survival MMOs are like life and death situation, right? So you get the doom 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 doom, you know, action music when you're being attacked or raided. When you come across other people, like, there's no real way to know whether they're friendly or not. So you don't really know what's going to come up, and that can be entirely frustrating. And then you kind of have access to all the worlds, so you end up kind of like just exploring a bunch of stuff, and then you get lost, and I don't know, you know, like, stuff that I actually absolutely love about Minecraft, this exploration, this creativity, this building homes and bases around the place, like, you know, I guess survival, I don't necessarily know if you would consider Grounded like a survival MMORPG. There does seem to be, even though it's, you know, kind of keeps getting updated and everything, it does seem like there's going to be an end to it at some point, where that's not really a thing in survival MMOs. They're meant to go forever. And that's not to say that I don't like games where you pour hundreds and hundreds of hours in. I mean, shoot, I have memory cards from PlayStation 1 that have like dozens of 100-hour game files of Final Fantasy VII. I've poured at least 200, 300 hours into just the PC version of Skyrim, let alone Skyrim Special Edition, what I have on Xbox, what I have on PlayStation. Fallout, same thing. Like, I just have files and files and files of these games where I've spent hundreds of hours on, but they've always been They've always kept me invested in the game. Whereas an MMORPG I kind of get bored with after a while, like hoarding rocks to then build stones. Whereas like it seems to take so much longer than like Minecraft. Minecraft, you mine a couple of squares of grass, you can build yourself a hut. It takes 10 minutes tops, right? Whereas like with like, you know, for Conan, for example, not only do you have to harvest all this stuff, but then you got to build it. You harvest it, you build it, it takes time to build it, and then you got to find adequate places to put it and all this stuff. So like it's just a lot more complicated. And as not only as a variety streamer, but a variety gamer, it's weird. I find it weird that I don't have the patience for it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where like, if I'm going to jump into a game where I'm going to have to keep going at it over and over and over again, I got that game already. It's called Destiny 2, right? Destiny 2 is like the one game that seemingly goes forever that I can always jump back into. And that's because I've put so many hours into it already. And then going into like a Conan Exiles or an Ark Survival, I'm starting at square one, and it's an infinitely longer game. Whereas at least with Destiny, I can get through the main story. Or like Outriders, I can get through the main story and to the end game stuff fairly quickly, 15, 20 hours at the most. I can't say that's going to happen with a Conan Exiles or an Ark Survival or a Rust, or I guess 7 Days to Die has, 7 days and that's it. But the truth is, I just don't seem to have the will, right? For lack of a better term, I just don't have the will to commit myself to these games, and I don't really know why. That's the thing. Like, I don't really know why. These games, they always sound interesting to me. They always seem like something that I would definitely jump in and play. And then when I do, they always disappoint in expectations. I'm not quite sure why that is. Originally, this was going to be a review on Conan Exiles, because I was hoping to jump into it and like super like it and like get all excited and want to like make a character and develop that character and everything. And I just I played a couple hours of it and I was like, I'm probably satisfied. Now, it is available if you have Game Pass. It is available on Game Pass. So if you are a survival MMORPG, it does seem like, one of the more interesting ones. It looks phenomenal on the Xbox Series X. I can only imagine it looks great on PC as well. I'm a big Conan the Barbarian fan, so if you're into that kind of like lore, it seems pretty fascinating. But I mean, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I'm not like diehard about Final Fantasy 14, and so like in that aspect, if there was an MMORPG that would get me into MMORPGs, that would probably be it. And it's just not something that I can like see myself getting into. And it both boggles my mind and fascinates me at the same time that these games can have so many qualities of games that I like and me still be completely unamused. Now, maybe if I had like a clan or whatever, if I jumped on a friend's server, maybe it would be different. Maybe it's definitely better with friends. But the truth is, I play most of my stuff solo. And maybe that's what it is. You can play Minecraft by yourself and still have a blast. Because like I said, the music is so good and so chill. The creativity is so much, and you can do so much in such a little time that it just kind of keeps you focused, right? Where everything else, all these other survival MMOs, they take a lot of time, and there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of up and down. You kind of start feeling safe, and then all of a sudden the music kicks in, and you're not safe anymore. And so I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just because I don't have my friends to help me cook, make this stuff, create these bases, and so as I'm not as into it, I guess you could say. But I do generally just not really enjoy this genre, and I haven't 100% figured out why why that is. But again, if you're into the Conan lore, this seems like a really fun game for that type of person. If you are into the survival MMOs, I know a bunch of people on Twitch that have been playing it that seem to enjoy it. I got a couple of friends. I got a friend at work that seems to love it. But it's one of those things where, you know, I'm gonna be honest. It's not a genre that I see myself playing a lot of, and I know that's a bummer out there for you survival MMORPG guys, because I am a variety streamer and I try to play so many different games. But I mean, the truth is, if I'm not interested in it, it's not something that I'm gonna play. I would not want to, you know, I would not want to belittle your intelligence by just playing a game that I have no interest in playing. Just to play it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys fans of survival MMORPGs? Are these your thing? What is it about them that you like? What am I missing in these games that's not turning the light bulb on, so to speak? Is it the friends that you play with? Is it the fact that you have these moments of intense anxiety and then you go back to being this kind of chill creative? I would generally like to know what your guys' opinions are, because again, I'm still kind of baffled that these are just games that I just don't find that fun or that interesting or that worthwhile. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just an outlier in this one, and I'm just missing the point. But that's what the comment section for. So please do me that favor, hit that comment section with all your wonderful comments. If you haven't done so yet, please do me that favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you know when I do drop a new video or go live. Head on over to Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me over there at BigSweetC as well. Either way, that's going to do it for this one. BigSweetC, that's me. Wishing YouTube, that's you. Wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it might be. Long as you're watching, I'm wishing you a wonderful watching time. Sweetness, signing off. Peace.